What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Antonio Fiore, Salestrina. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Doing all right.
Terrible.
Weird. Oh, yeah, no.
Bit of a
actually
hiatus
awful.
we had.
Really weird week.
Really weird
2 weeks.
situations going on. We're quarantined in our houses, so the NFL free agency is really all we have to talk about.
I mean, there's no sports going on.
No sports going on right now.
There should be March Madness games being played.
Right now, there should be.
Terrible
We would be watching it right now, and we would be talking about it, the whole thing.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And ESPN isn't really doing a great job on, maximizing this opportunity. They're just putting their normal shows out there. And
Right?
just saying, here, you can try and watch this. Their ratings must be awful.
They should be putting
Marathon of 30 for 30.
All right, so
That's how you're going to get your best
there's
ratings.
There's a couple things they should be putting on. They should be putting on new 30 for 30s, aka
Yes.
the Michael Jordan one. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they shouldn't. They should just push it up to now.
I don't know why they would wait on that whenever
You got not even four channels, but four main channels to really screw around with. That
Oh
most
yeah.
people get.
So you can do that. You can do old highlights of classic games, which
Yeah, like ESPN Classic.
everyone loves that. Or you should be doing way out there sports that people don't watch, like European handball or water polo or stuff
I'd get
like
with
that.
water polo.
I could so get into
as long as
water
there's
polo.
stuff like that on and ESPN has the right to broadcast it. I don't know why at this point you want to be
They're
broadcasting
showing some
that.
older college basketball, not like older, but like 2000s-ish college basketball games on ESPNU, but that's about it. Just
Michael Jordan one.
If I'm trapped in my house, all I want to do is watch 30 for 30. That's the number one thing I want to do.
If I'm trapped in my house, I want to watch live sports. That's what
yeah.
I want to do. But there's, dude,
But you're in a situation like this.
it's
NFL
There's nothing
Network
else I'd
was
rather do
playing,
than just-
NFL Network was playing playoff games from
Yeah.
this year or this past season. Go back.
Like
more.
I want to see 90s playoff games with Joe Montana and Troy Aikman. That's what we want to see.
prime time.
Yeah, prime time, baby.
Hell yeah, Barry Sanders.
He made the playoffs.
Yeah. No, with Dion?
No.
Even just old games. It doesn't have to be playoff.
Barry
games.
Sanders.
Oh, we said prime time. Barry?
No, he said Barry Sanders.
I said Barry Sanders, not prime.
He had to have made the
Not
playoffs.
Dion.
once.
I think he was on their last playoff game winning team.
Really?
Didn't they? I think the last time they won a game in the playoffs was either 90 or 91. And he was on the team.
So that Michael Jordan 30 for 30, that was supposed to come out July, right, or
Yeah.
something this summer.
Yeah.
Why would you wait?
If they have it all done, yeah,
It's definitely all done.
don't wait though.
They don't put out trailers if it's not all done. All right, let's get to it, fellas. Let's get to the meat and potatoes here.
Nolan.
This guy right here.
Tampa Tom.
This guy right here. Antonio. What stadium is he playing in that picture?
Oh, wow.
How weird is that?
How weird is that?
I said that. I said that when I sat down, dude. I was like, no way.
My goodness.
How weird is
Yeah.
that?
Are you in on it with Vegas?
Dude, if I was, I'd be rolling in money right
Taylor
now.
bought it for him.
He probably is rolling in money right now. He's
Yeah,
just not telling
Taylor
us.
bought that for me.
So that
A long time ago, though.
that might she knows
Okay,
something.
yeah, no, she's in on something.
Yeah.
Dude, I have no idea.
So Nolan, what did I say all along?
Yeah, he was leaving. I did not think he would leave. I really didn't.
I can't say that.
I
thought
can't
was,
believe he actually went to the Bucks.
I was gonna say I
believe that.
can't.
That actually happened.
I was not planning on the Buccaneers. I thought Chargers or Dallas was a long shot, but I really thought Chargers.
Yeah, no, I did not like Chargers.
When they said Bucks or Chargers, I was like, Chargers.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
No
the
way he
Raiders
goes-
were in the mix too. I feel that was the favorite at one point,
Yeah.
and that wasn't
bless
even
Thank you.
Corona.
Yep,
didn't even seem to
definitely.
be considered once this whole thing went on.
They said the Raiders didn't even make him an offer. Apparently,
They just were like,
They were
Mariota.
like, "Give me Marcus." John Gruden just loves quarterbacks.
No,
he
you
loves
know-
having 4 average quarterbacks.
you know who loves Mariota is Mayock. Mayock and all of his
of course
pre-draft,
he does.
all of his pre-draft stuff said Mariota is one of the best college quarterbacks ever, and loved him. So I understand
But,
why they signed him.
Here's what I was thinking about, too, was how long did he know that he was going to go to Tampa Bay? Did you, do you really think he made it up, in the last day or so? That he was going to...
No.
He knew for some time. These
I don't
things
know. I
don't
can't
just.
really-
He's probably known for a couple weeks.
Kind of tough to call that.
I would say like a week or two.
I think
honestly.
Do you think when he had that phone call with Bill, he told him?
I think
that he's
known
going
he
to
was
Tampa?
leaving the Pats for a longer time, like a much longer time than he knew he was going to the Bucks.
That's
Bucks, I'll give,
that's valid, but
Bucks, I
like
can give like a week or two, but
yeah, like when they came out and like they had those like letters that Bill and Robert Kraft came out with, I was like, because they came out with it immediately after he announced, so it's like they had those written up already, like they had those drafted. And
Yeah, they
everything.
knew they knew about it for a little bit, definitely.
So like to the Bucks though, how long did he know? You think like a week or two maybe?
Yeah.
probably had it narrowed down. Maybe he didn't have it narrowed down. Maybe this was the only team in play. I mean, we only really heard of the Raiders and Chargers, and then the Bucks kept saying they were going to go hard for Brady, but we didn't really talk about any other teams.
We didn't even take him seriously either.
I know. There's nothing really to narrow it down to, but
No,
maybe
I didn't take the Bucks seriously at all. It was like
Well,
Chargers
yeah, I
or
remember
Raiders for me.
I remember
but-
I came on here and I was like, guys, the Bucks said they're going to go really hard after Brady,
And I
you guys were
told
like,
you
"Dude,
to
who
bet on
wouldn't?"
it. I told you to bet on it.
Yeah, I thought it. I was just kind of screwing around because I would love to see it.
Then if he bet on it, he would have went to the
But-
Chargers.
No, he still would have won.
No, because like
because it's Antonio.
but he bet on the Patriots to beat the Titans.
No, but it's a player leaving the Patriots, so that's like anti-Patriots.
Sal, why didn't you nag me to put like $10 on it?
I said it during the podcast.
Yeah, you did, but you should have really like
And I told you to put.
held a knife to my throat.
I told you to put 20 on it. That would have been 200.
For as long as it was, I would have put 100 on it.
I would have put 100 on him leaving. I couldn't have pitched a team though.
I have no idea. And it's two years, 50 million. So what do we think about that?
It's fair.
If it was 1 year, I'd be pissed.
I knew it was
no,
gonna
yeah,
be
2
two
years. I thought 2 or 3 years from the get go was going to be.
Yeah, I
whatever
thought
deal
3
he
years,
signed.
but
I think 2 is a good number for where he's at.
and now me and Sal have talked about this. Do they make the playoffs? Do they get close to the Super Bowl?
The NFC.
Do they win the Super Bowl?
So wild.
They're
dude.
winning their
It's-
division. That's my prediction.
Maybe they could.
He thinks the Saints are going to be poopy this year.
This is a down year for the Saints.
I disagree with that. Maybe down year as in like 10-6. I can.
I
give you
said
that.
well, it's gonna be what 10-7. They're playing 17 this year.
Yeah,
right?
they're playing 17.
I can totally see the Bucks.
They're going 9-8.
I can totally see the Bucks going absolutely insane and going like we're at our 17 games.
Oh, I hate 17 games.
So you said 9-8. So I can see like a 12-3, 13-2 range, but
No, that's 15.
no for the Bucks.
That's 15 games though.
Oh.
So they would be like
13-4.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's a good number. I wouldn't be surprised. I think that's the best the Bucks could do. But if they just plow over everyone and do that, it's not going to surprise me. I also think it's a lot more likely that the Saints do win the division with.
Remember, 2 more teams into the playoffs too.
But I think that it's more likely the Saints win the division still with the team they have. And at the ages that they're at, I know Tom's got some really, really shiny new weapons. But as of who's been playing at a higher play level since in their 40s, it's been Drew. So you match up with that, it's a tough call.
Yeah, and Michael Thomas is better than Mike Evans and Godwin in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, I'd rather have Evans and Godwin
As a
than
tandem.
just Michael Thomas.
Well, would you rather have Evans and
Edwins.
Evans and Godwin or Sanders because he signed with the Saints and Thomas?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Just that's
Sanders
a good
and
signing.
Thomas.
Yeah. Michael Thomas is amazing.
Chris
Michael
Godwin and Mike Evans are really
Chris
good.
Godwin's amazing.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
Michael
know.
Thomas is just way too good.
I mean, I wouldn't complain about having either of those two.
Michael Thomas is way too good.
But Breeze, last year, he was one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the league at 42 or 43 years old. And Tom wasn't. So I'm still going to give that edge to the Saints.
Okay.
But I like the Bucks as a wild card team. I think they'll make the playoffs.
I think Bucks are plus like 225
For the playoffs? Or
for
to
the
win
division. Playoffs, they're probably worse than even money.
So what are the Saints then? Minus like 160, minus.
Minus 125.
It's a good bet. to
Minus
bet the
120
Bucks. But
for
just,
the division.
God.
There's just
I'm
so
gonna
many
talk
question
about,
marks. 'Cause there's so many pieces
Well, yeah, I'm
moving
trying to
around
think
this
about
year.
in the division right now. The Falcons ended up just stupidly playing good at the end of the season last year. They still have a good roster.
And they added Todd
They
Gurley.
added Todd Gurley.
They did
Hold
add
on.
Todd
Where
Gurley.
did Todd Gurley play college football?
He played in Georgia.
Mm.
Where is he? Georgia.
Sal
Yeah.
loves that. Sal
He's
loves
gonna
I
be-
that.
do too. No,
And
I
well,
love that.
and he's playing for a contract.
Yeah, and Devontae Freeman sucks. He's terrible. Finally,
They cut
he's
him.
gone.
Yeah,
So
The
Atlanta
Patriots would
is-
sign Devontae Freeman.
Yeah, they would, and he'd
yeah,
play pretty
they
good
would.
over there.
And no, he would play really good.
He'd play very good.
He'd come and play so good. I kind of hope that
But-
happens now.
but
Without
let's
the
not-
voice crack.
In terms of division, let's not count the Falcons out because we know the potential they have.
I got to agree with you, even though I don't want to.
I
That's-
know.
that's a true
You hate
statement.
Matt Ryan, but I think they.
I hate Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan's so bad.
Nah, he's so bad. It's kind of disgusting how bad he is.
But they have a pretty good team, and we know they have the potential to be a division winner.
So how do you feel about
And then-
this then? I talked to Sal about this yesterday. We were talking about where Jameis and Cam could go because there's nowhere that they can go right now. Like if you think about it, there's really no place for
What
them.
if Jameis went to the Panthers?
But I was saying, what if they offload Matt Ryan and get either Jameis or Cam? How fun would that be? That'd be
Sure.
fun.
Oh wow, Jameis
Jameis-
just slinging the ball to Julio.
Julio, I
be
said
like-
that. I said Julio would
he'd
have
throw
like
it to him every
3,000 yards.
Matt
That'd be
Ryan
another
hates
team where
Julio.
he'd get 30 interceptions though. That'd be another team.
Did you guys see that the Falcons are the only team ever in like modern NFL history that every player in their starting offense is a first round pick?
Wow.
That's crazy.
And they went what 5-11 last year?
This upcoming year it will be.
Oh, okay.
But like they
That's-
traded for Hayden Hurst, who's a first round pick. Gurley's obviously a first round pick. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones.
Oh wow, did
Ridley.
Austin Hooper leave? Where'd he go?
The Browns.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The Browns just love winning the offseason and then getting shit on during
It's
the
a nice
regular
tight
season.
end duo. Is it going to amount to anything? Probably not.
No, I think they'll get rid of
Are you
Njoku.
don't like Njoku?
No, I think they'll trade him. Why have both of them? Honestly,
No reason to.
are they gonna be good?
The Browns?
Who cares?
This is like the question every offseason. I know they
Like,
got
come on.
Freddie Kitchens out of there, but their management is just awful.
Yeah, they have
Are they
bad
gonna just
ownership
play
there.
Case Keenum next year?
I
They
mean,
did sign
people
Case Keenum.
love.
Do you know who
people
the
love
head
to
coach is?
compare. People love to compare like Baker and Keenum, so I feel like the Browns got him, and we're like, yeah, this guy can teach this guy.
Do you
Right.
know? Hold on. Do you know who Stefanski coached in Minnesota?
Wow,
Case Keenum when he had a very good.
the 13-3 season.
Yeah,
The Minnesota Miracle game.
he played very good that year.
hate that.
What?
That was just crap.
That game?
Oh yeah, no, I hated
The
watching
walk-off touchdown? I don't know if
So
I've ever
stupid.
seen something like that before. The walk-off touchdown. As time's expiring,
dumb
he
play.
scores a game-winning touchdown. That was so rigged.
That was. He missed the tackle. Like,
That
come on.
cornerback that
Yeah, the
like,
ref like went up to him and was like, "Hey kid."
Miss it.
I got,
Did
I got a fat mill for you if you miss this tackle.
Did the Vikings have a timeout on that play? Do we know?
I don't think so.
Because what they need, they just needed
No,
a field goal,
well,
right?
the game was going to be over. Oh, they might have.
The game was
Saints
gonna
were
be-
up by 1, huh? And
they
then
still needed like if Diggs caught that and went
He'd
out of
had to
bounds,
get out of bounds.
they
Yeah.
would have tied the game. But for Diggs knew somehow that the dude missed the tackle.
There was
he
no
wasn't even
timeout.
facing him. That's how rigged it was.
There was
so.
no timeout because they did have to get out of bounds if they were, not going to score a touchdown.
That's like the craziest play in NFL
Because
history.
it would have been such a Diggs
dumbest.
mistake though if like he did get tackled in bounds because he
The
tried to
dude-
turn upfield.
The amount of just pure like luck that play is,
Yeah,
like just pure luck. Like how?
Oh, no. If I was Stephon Diggs, I'd be like, excuse me?
Well, I
What
think
did-
I think what ended up happening was when he fell and like turned around, he saw that there was no one in front of him, and he didn't like realize what happened behind him.
Yeah, 'cause
and
he-
he was just
he had-
like, "I'm out."
he had
Like,
the heads up play to like look behind him and actually like he didn't just put his feet down and go out of bounds like he could have.
I mean, speaking of him, now on your Buffalo Bills,
Wow, dude, the Bills are winning the AFC so hard.
Very good team. A real good receiving core.
Sal, there's nothing between them and winning the AFC. So it's just
I-
like the Patriots now. They're literally the Patriots now.
You're just going to count the Patriots out like that?
No. Listen, no. But the
I think it's
Bills
more
have
likely
such
the
a way
Bills
better
win.
team.
Yeah, they
the,
do.
The Bills have a way better team.
Way
Yes, way better team.
they have a way better offense.
Way better offense.
But their
Defense-
defen-
those were the two
Patriots
best
have a better
defenses in the
defense,
NFL
But
that
by
year.
how much?
Not by a lot. They were
Not
the
by a
two. They
lot.
were the two
You
best.
gotta factor in special teams too. I don't want to be that guy, but like Bill Belichick always has the best special teams.
They did have the best special teams, but the Bills also had an excellent special teams last year.
This dude just talked to me about special teams.
Dude,
That's going to
do you know how many?
Huge.
Do you know how
Oh
many?
my God!
no,
Did you
no.
watch the Pats?
Do you
this
know
year?
how many plays the Pats won on because of like block punts or kick returns?
Without
or
some
stuff?
of their like special team scores, that team would have went
So
like
when
9
the
and
Patriots
7.
play the Bills twice, are the Patriots winning both of those or losing both of those?
Oh, they're splitting.
No, they're splitting.
They're
the
splitting.
hell out of this
Splitting?
year.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think you guys have a little bit more faith in the Patriots than I do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, are we all in agreement that Jared Stidham is their quarterback next year?
Yes.
Because they signed Brian Hoyer.
Signing
today.
Brian Hoyer tells me that they're going with
Unless
Stidham.
they do something wild in the draft, then
They'd have to get rid of. If they got rid of Stidham, then we'd be like, okay,
It's
well, who are
so
they gonna?
it's just so funny saying that because they never do that. And they never will do that. They're not going to trade up for a quarterback.
no.
Yeah, Bill's not gonna do that.
Never.
They'll sign some like ridiculous running back.
Whatever.
Though.
He drafted Stidham for a reason.
Are they drafting a running back?
Yes,
Edwards-Helaire?
Wow.
because he'd go
They
deep
could.
in the first round.
No, he'll go in
If
the
they
second
consider
round.
drafting
In
a
the second
skill
round?
player
Oh,
in
yeah.
the first round.
So
He could
they
even
get?
go later than the second round.
Who do they pick in the first round then? Do
Offensive
they,
line.
They gotta go
Kyle
offensive. They
Van
gotta-
Noy left.
The offense is about to get really young.
There's a hole there.
There is a hole, but like, you don't want to draft an inside linebacker with your first pick. Like,
No, and they're fine with linebackers anyway.
Who's going
Hightower,
in?
Vinovich.
I don't know. They could use another player. Maybe they'll just sign someone. They love signing like
They
a
could
Oh,
sign
you know,
someone
I forgot
deep
they lost
in-
Jamie Collins too.
Yeah,
But that was such a deep linebacking core they had last year.
I don't know. This
Nuts.
Patriots team is going to be really not fun to watch, but they're going to get the job done more times.
Oh
than
yeah,
not.
I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
I
Just
in
like
between-
okay, the thing that like
they're
really,
gonna finish in between 9 and 7 and 11 and 5. They're not gonna do better than 11 and 5, and I don't see them doing worse than 9 and 7.
The thing that scares me about them is like, all right, really on offense, what are they doing? Running it 3 times and then punting?
No, they're always running it. That's why they got to get a really good running.
Who
back.
are you throwing to?
Sanu.
Yeah, like
Nikhil Harry, Mohamed
Sanu.
Sanu, and Julian Edelman.
that's terrible.
Julian Edelman's gonna have so many catches.
He might have 200 catches next year.
Fantasy pickup for sure.
PPR.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do they draft a tight end?
Oh yeah, Thaddeus Moss. I think I've said this though.
Yeah,
That'd be
it would be
wild.
so scripted and so rigged if he goes to the Patriots.
And then
That'd
he
be
would be so
amazing.
good. He would be so good.
how lit
But
would
he
Randy
he
be?
tears his ACL the first game. The Patriots go 2-15 and draft Trevor Lawrence, have Thaddeus Moss and Trevor.
Sal wants him to throw.
Let's throw it this
Oh,
year.
why not? No,
Thank
honestly.
you. Yes.
If
No,
you-
I wouldn't care honestly because the
Throw
season's
it!
in the garbage anyway.
I'm Bill Belichick. I'm like, I can go 0-17 this year.
and get the
have-
best college quarterback
yeah,
in however many years.
15 more years of dominance for going 0-17 this year. Let's do it.
What
then
is the
you're-
hold on? Someone tell me what the incentive
but then
not
you're
to do
saying
that
he's gonna
is.
be 88 coaching the Patriots still.
He won't give a shit.
He does not
Are
give
you
a
kidding
shit.
me?
They'll get like the cryogenic head like in the water.
Wow.
And then Bill will just be like sprints like like just gets so angry at his players like
Do
just
your
starts
job.
yeah literally like I don't know I want them to throw it so bad just because like that would be such a Patriots thing to do. It's like the Spurs drafting like Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
After they already
After David
yeah
Robinson.
like I could see him doing it honestly like not intentionally but like if they start off like 0-5 or 0-6 like maybe Bill's just
They're
like
let's just go all
let's
the
just
way
start
with this.
training some players and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't because it depends on what mindset they go into. If they go into it thinking that they can just still win,
Oh,
that-
they definitely think that though.
if they don't go into it thinking, okay, we have to completely redo everything and rebuild, that's the only way
they'll
they'll win.
always think that they're gonna win no matter what, regardless of who they have and who they
So
don't
then
have.
that's not going to happen. Then
I want it to though.
yeah,
I think it's a smart thing to do.
the Bills are winning the AFC East.
Yeah.
They might go deep into the playoffs. They might make
They're
a Super Bowl
really
run.
good.
Yeah, I can't say anything. Like, yeah, they're probably gonna win the division.
And it's not like Allen has the arm talent. He just got to get accurate. Once he gets accurate, it's over.
And we rewatched.
It's really over if he can accurately throw a deep ball.
We rewatched that Houston and Bills game.
How did they lose?
He shit his pants.
That was ridiculous.
He shit his pants at the end of that game.
I can't believe he runs back like that one play, 30 yards. Are you serious?
Yeah.
But then there was some other bullshit. Their defense did not play good at all in the last 3 minutes of the game. They had a third.
But when
and
you have
long.
Deshaun Watson,
And
Yeah.
they stopped him. They stopped him when they
There was
had
like
to.
a 3rd and 20 for the Bills on defense. It was an overtime too, and
but there were
they just let it go. They were like, "Yeah, we're gonna load everyone."
there were
back.
so many opportunities for the Bills to like put the dagger in.
There was, but then in those really clutch moments where you really got to just come through anyway, despite what just
Josh Allen,
happened.
wasn't it?
No, but come on, if you just get that 3rd and 20 and not let them convert on that in overtime, you're good. It's over. You get the ball back, you drive down the field, most likely, kick a field goal, and you win the
still
game.
That play though, where Deshaun Watson was literally
Yeah,
draped with 2 Bills
that was
players and still
ridiculous.
got out of it and converted on that third. Was it 3rd and 8 or something? Whatever. Wow, I still don't know how he like defied
Stupid.
gravity.
I think he should ask for a trade to the Patriots. I would love that.
I think you should just ask for a
Let's
trade
do,
anywhere.
Let's do that.
No more DeAndre Hopkins.
I want
What's
Dak
the point
Prescott
of being
on
on
my
the
team.
Texans?
Wow, maybe Dak just doesn't.
But yeah, back
resign.
to the. Hold on, I just want to touch back on the
They
AFC
franchise
East thing.
tagged him though.
after after this year.
Oh, after this year, if they don't throw and don't get Trevor Lawrence,
Well, they're not throwing, but I want them to throw.
And touch back to AFC East. We only talked about the Bills and Patriots. Jets fans, I don't want to hear it. I really don't.
no,
They have no chance of the division.
no, because they're not.
We-
They're not
we do
gonna
this every
change
year.
anything.
The Jets love saying that they're winning the division.
We do this every year. They're like, "Oh, we got this guy here and this guy here this year that we just signed."
They're
That's
not.
gonna
They're
put
not
us
going
over.
to change anything.
No,
No, they're the same 6-10 team every year.
Yeah, they're literally just.
same 6-10.
Well,
team
I can't even
with
say the same. Like it's
6-10
different.
Coach.
It's different faces, but it's like just the same repetitive
Yeah.
cycle. We're gonna be good. We lose the first 4 games, then we pick it up at the end of the year. Then we have some hope. Then we die the next year down. Like it's just the life of a Jets fan. That's miserable.
And they're. Oh my God, no, they're going to be so bad. They might go like 4 and.
Is Darnold good?
They're gonna be worse than the Dolphins.
No.
He's not.
He's not. They thought he was so good when they got him.
He's just like really mediocre.
And last year, everyone was like Robbie Anderson. He didn't.
Maybe
do a
they should
thing.
get Jameis or Cam,
Cam.
but they believe in Sam Darnold.
No, they won't. Yeah,
I
they
can
won't
see.
do that.
I can see.
I could see Cam on the Jets though.
I can totally see Cam there. Not Jameis, but I can 100% see Cam Newton.
I could not see Jameis on the Jets. He'd get eaten alive. That would be the worst matchup of all time.
I would not want to see Jameis play the Patriots or the Bills twice. He'd get eaten alive.
Yeah. Hold on. No, I was thinking about this.
like 6
Hold on.
interceptions.
I know Nick Foles signed with the Bears. Imagine Jameis on the Bears. It's Mitch Trubisky, but with like way more like
Talent.
balls.
Yeah.
That's true. He really doesn't give a fuck.
So like Trubisky's gonna throw a pick, and Winston's gonna throw a pick.
Did you see what Jameis said too? Like in his message after leaving Tampa Bay.
Was he mad?
No, he's like, I hope to see you in February. Like,
Where? I don't know about him.
because it's gonna be in Tampa for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
But he's not gonna be there.
Are the Chargers going to sign him?
I just don't. I thought about this last night. There's like no good spot for Jameis
There's
Winston.
no good spot. He might not get
I think the
signed.
Chargers, like the best bet right now is like to draft someone.
A quarterback's going to get hurt in the middle of a season that's on like a middle of the pack team, and that
Someone will
team's going
sign
to go
him.
and sign Jameis.
We thought about if Miami ends up trading up, like Joe Burrow doesn't want to play for the Bengals, the Miami Dolphins end up trading up and getting him. Do the Bengals maybe get Jameis or Cam?
No, they go 3-14 anyway, something like that.
So what do you have to lose?
When you're the Bengals, I don't know.
Jameis is still young.
Ugh.
You're not gonna.
Cam, I'm not.
It's not going to
thinking
fix
long-term.
your shit team issue.
They would have so many picks for the number 1 pick though.
Yeah.
Maybe they throw and get Trevor Lawrence if they don't end up getting Burrow.
That should be a good call.
Hey, if Burrow wants out, that's what they're gonna do.
Honestly, like, why not throw it down next year? But then you just have 2 years of number
Who would
one
their
picks.
back-
What if
be-
Trevor doesn't want to play for them next year if they get the number 1 pick?
Well, that
Who's the kid that they
Funny would
had
that
in?
be?
Who's the kid that they have right now?
Quarterback?
Yeah, that was playing when Dalton wasn't playing.
he was bad. That kid
What was
was.
his name? I forget. Whatever.
I didn't know he was a rookie.
Was he a rookie?
I think
I
so.
thought AJ McCarron was his backup like forever.
It's someone else. But he was not good. I can tell you that much.
What about I don't know, but like I could see Jameis going there. Definitely not Cam, because like I see maybe 1 or 2 years left for Cam. I know you guys like don't like that and don't like that I say that, but it's true.
What do you think, Antonio?
What'd you say?
1 or 2 years left for Cam without the voice crack.
Sure. Maybe.
I don't see him.
If he plays average, then yeah.
I don't see him being the player that he was before.
No, but I can see him playing average.
Not without the all the injuries. Oh, Ryan Finley, that's who it was.
Oh.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Yeah, that was awful. Yeah, so definitely.
Oh yeah,
Jameis.
I remember us talking about that. At one
If they don't get Burrow, definitely throw and get Trevor Lawrence. But then what if Trevor Lawrence doesn't want to play there?
You move your franchise somewhere else.
yeah, and rename it.
Yeah, they might
Please?
decide to do that soon. But where do they move to?
Totally different color scheme and everything. I don't know.
St. Louis.
Yeah,
I want to see a team.
I like that.
I want to see a team in Alabama or like Mississippi or something.
Yeah, like
The
right,
Birmingham.
like right in the swamp. They don't even put a dome.
Because
Keep
like,
it
you
outside.
think about like what they like. They are so passionate about their college teams.
yeah, like,
they have no NFL team.
They have no NFL team.
They got Atlanta, but like that's not really. That's like
Nah.
East.
that's not the South.
Yeah.
Maybe like a South Carolina team or like a West Virginia team.
Yeah, like a Charleston team. That'd be cool. I think I want to.
like I want to see.
I want to see baseball in Charleston.
I want to
That
see a
needs to
place
happen.
get a team that like hasn't had any like team before.
Are the Saints considered South?
Oh yeah.
Louisiana, New Orleans. Yeah,
Yeah, that's South.
that's like Cajun
Louisiana.
South, boy. That's deep South.
Yeah. That's
So then, what are we talking about with Alabama?
that's down there. Oh, Alabama.
But Alabama's like
That's right
Alabama.
next. Yeah, that's right next to Louisiana.
All right, so it's like the same thing. I mean, not like
It's not like the
there
same
could
thing.
be.
Or like
Louisiana's a little different
Nebraska
culture.
or
Oh, yeah.
Dakota, North Dakota,
I would love a Dakota team.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
I would be a huge Dakota football fan.
Idaho,
Boise. I don't know.
the
whatever you
Boise
wanna name it.
potato farms.
The Boise coronaviruses.
That too.
Wow. Put one in
So
like
what other
Montana.
what other free agent moves do we like? I like AJ Klein to the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills just signed their players. That's all they do.
Yep.
They're winning the offseason right now.
Well, no, the Browns are. They signed Jack Conklin too. They signed Jack Conklin, who's like the best
Yeah, but
lineman in football.
we know who's going to be better next year. So
Do the Browns really
I-
win the offseason again and then still are shit?
What are the Browns doing next year?
I'd say maybe 8 wins, maybe.
Wow.
Whoa.
Why? You
They're
think-
10 at best.
No.
It's their high
They're-
mark for me.
Their cap is 12. They can win 12 games.
That's what we were saying last year.
They didn't reach their potential last year. Maybe
So what are they going to do this
And
year?
maybe they start off 6-0 and
not
just,
not have Freddie Kitchens coach their team?
That's also true. I don't know. Like it's just they definitely need to move their franchise.
Just disband it.
It's not working. Yeah, maybe just get rid of it as a whole. Like it's just not working.
how many franchises do we need to get rid of?
Dude, Baker showed so much promise year one, and then last year it really just did not come
Set
together.
the rookie record for touchdowns. That's what he just did?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe
Come on.
them signing Keenum really just throws me because that's like they really don't believe in him. I feel like
What, you think they got him to start over Baker?
they gave him 3 years and $20-something million. Like
I mean, that just the coach obviously doesn't believe in him.
Maybe he's just like, hey, Case, I want you to teach this kid how to be a 5'9" average quarterback.
Because then, like, where does Baker go? Baker doesn't go anywhere else.
Oh, what team would sign him?
someone
one
would
would-
sign him.
No
The
one would
Patriots
sign
would
him.
sign him.
No, they
Bill would be
wouldn't.
like, "Hey,"
No, the Patriots loved him pre-draft.
he'd be like, "You're
Loved
accurate."
him.
No. After all these years, like the 3 years of him being shit, you think they still are high on him?
Dude, that would be so crazy. Like, they just bring him in, and he just is, like, the most straightened, like, he doesn't talk trash, he doesn't do anything. He, like, shakes everyone's hand. And then he's just the best.
He becomes Andrew Luck.
Yes, like, and then he's just the best quarterback ever.
I've seen that too. I've seen like people want the Patriots to sign Andrew Luck.
Well,
Be
they
so
can't.
funny.
They literally can't, because the Colts have his rights. So, like, the Colts would have to trade him to the Patriots.
For
What if the Colts traded him to the Patriots?
I just don't see it.
But like, why?
I think he's.
No, it's
Why wouldn't they
happen.
trade
It's a-
him? Like, he's not gonna play
joke.
for you.
Why wouldn't they trade him?
Yeah, because they don't want the Patriots to be good.
Yeah, you don't want to trade him in conference,
Hmm.
especially when you think you're competing.
So how long did they own his rights for?
The length of his contract, I think, because they paid it to him.
Is there
It was like 3 or 4 years,
how many left?
like 3.
Wow, he really signed last year.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
and then he just was like, "I'm peace on like thanks."
That's still crazy to me that he retired.
That was one of the craziest stories I think of my sports lifetime. The suddenness and the like way he just retired. It was after a preseason game. He was just like, "Yeah, I'm just not really feeling this football thing." Like, you were just like,
Because like you got to think too, he went through all of the OTAs, all of the preseason stuff, all of the workouts.
wasn't he not throwing that preseason?
Because you know what I think it was? I think he was coming off injury, right? And they still weren't sure if he was going to be 100% to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing he like just was like, "There's no way I can recover from this." What was it like? What was it? Was it like a elbow or was it like ribs? I forget. It was something
shoulder.
weird.
No, it was like shoulder. It was like rotator cuff or something.
He had a lot of shoulder injuries.
Which I mean, when you're a quarterback, really hard to come back from.
Poor Andrew Luck.
Aw.
He was great. I liked Andrew Luck.
I did too.
He
He was really good.
really
The
did.
Colts were supposed to be amazing. Like,
2 years ago when they lost to the Chiefs, I thought that team had a chance to make the Super Bowl.
well, yeah, that's why they were supposed to be amazing last year.
Yeah, everyone had them going to the Super Bowl this year.
Why didn't the
They
Patriots
still have the
just
best
get-
O line in football.
Why didn't the Patriots just get Brissett? Why wouldn't they have just done that?
You love Jacoby Brissett for some reason.
On the Patriots? Why not? Like,
Because
he's better than Brian Hoyer.
he's like this guy.
He's better than Brian Hoyer, and he's probably better than Jared Stidham. So like,
But you don't know that.
But you can, I just think when you're the Patriots and you're a good organization like that, you can do better
yeah.
than Jacoby
Yeah.
Brissett. Not the
But
same.
is Jared-
I'd rather
quarterback,
stick
but
it out this year
you
with
can-
Stidham than
We
have
know you
Jacoby
can
Brissett.
really only get to a certain point with Brissett.
They'd have to overpay him.
is Stidham
Why sign a contract when
Is
you're going
Stidham
to get
that
maybe
guy?
a little bit better than
is
Stidham?
Stidham the guy?
No.
Let's figure it out.
But when you lose the GOAT and you didn't have a backup plan because you were forced to get rid of Garoppolo, who was your backup plan, like this just proves Bill right.
He'd been 30 years old. He's like, finally
This
getting my
whole
chance.
thing just proved Bill right. Bill had a plan,
Bill did.
Yes,
have
he
a
did.
plan.
and Kraft made him throw it away.
Kraft's like, I'll go
And
to
then
the
Brady
Giants, I
left.
swear.
And then Brady left anyway.
Belichick rather.
And you think about it too, like he probably maybe would have
All
signed
right.
someone in the next 2 years, but then Brady retires.
How
and
many
he's still not
how
on
many
the-
Super Bowls have they won since they traded Garoppolo? 1 or 2?
One.
They won 2.
When did they
Did
trade?
they
Don't
trade
think
him
he was there
before
for
the
the
Falcons one?
No, I think they traded him after the Falcons,
Yeah.
actually.
So yeah, it was just the one. The
Because he
Rams
wasn't
Super
there for the Eagles and he wasn't there for the Rams. So,
Bowl? So yeah, just one.
I don't know.
But
a
made
ring.
it to 2.
Would you trade 2 Super Bowl appearances for Jimmy Garoppolo at this point? Like, say you just don't make the Super Bowls those 2 years.
What are you talking about?
Like, would you rather have Jimmy Garoppolo right now, but the last 2 seasons for the Patriots they don't make the Super Bowl?
But he had no factor in them making.
No,
the
I'm
Super
just
Bowl.
saying. I'm asking you a hypothetical.
well, you won one of them, so I'd be like, sure.
Would you take away one of the rings and one of the appearances to have Jimmy Garoppolo right now?
Right now. Right
In a-
now, no.
in a hypothetical world.
No.
No? Okay.
Because like they made what 9 Super Bowls while Brady was there.
Yes.
Most guys don't make one. So like as many as you
I
can
think
get.
some
you take
teams
it.
haven't made one.
Yeah. Like the Browns haven't made
Browns
one. I don't
haven't.
think.
Yep, Browns have never made one.
The Vikings, I don't think have made one.
No, they've been to one.
Did
They got pounded by the Steelers. It was in the 70s.
They could have made one if Brett Favre wasn't a moron.
Oof.
And there's that kicker the year they had Chris Carter and Randy Moss. They went 15-1, and I think it was 97. And they played the 14-2 Falcons in the NFC Championship. And that kicker, and this was when the Vikings had like it was the best offense ever at the time. That kicker was perfect the whole year. Gets up to line up for a field goal, misses the field goal. Falcons come down, score a touchdown, force overtime, and the Falcons win and lose to Brett Favre in the Super Bowl.
They showed Teddy. They were good.
They definitely showed the stat too of the kicker, and it was like, oh, never missed a kick this year, and then he just goes up and misses the kick.
That year they had Teddy. They could have went deep
that
year that they had Teddy, and the dude missed like a 20-something yard. Oh,
that's the Seahawks.
Yeah,
that was rough.
Because the Seahawks made the Super Bowl that year, right? Or they got close.
No, they lost to Carolina.
That was when Carolina went 15-1.
That's when Carolina made it?
Yeah.
They killed them in the divisional round.
Oh, okay.
Well, speaking of Teddy and Carolina, Teddy signed with Carolina.
Carolina.
I think that's a good move.
I kind of hate it.
You don't like it?
They might go 8-8.
Yeah, like it's just super.
Oh, no, they're not going to do anything special because their team's still shit.
They might be like a pesky team to deal with. But
what is the point of that?
Maybe they try to build around him.
Hey, watch Christian have 500 yards this game.
Just try to build around him.
Like, why not just keep Cam?
Unless
his medical is that bad, because we really don't know.
I think Cam is really bad. I don't think that he's going to be able to come back from that.
Yikes.
There really hasn't been any interest shown in Cam. So
yeah,
teams,
not too many,
yeah, the teams definitely know something that we don't.
That's true. I don't know. I just don't think that Teddy Bridgewater moves the needle enough.
But what was going to move the needle enough for the Panthers?
Trading out for one of the young quarterbacks.
Could they who would they have to trade?
I don't know. Their first round pick or a couple more picks, but they probably could.
Maybe they expect to be bad this year and draft one. Honestly, with the teams in your division right now, they should.
But then you wasted a year with Teddy though.
Well, I don't think Teddy's the answer necessarily.
No, but But you don't sign Teddy to tank either.
Right.
But that's what you should do with the teams in your division.
Their offense is not going to be that bad, but it's their defense.
They're not going to hang with the Bucs and the Saints.
It's going to be
like
Christian
the Panthers
McCaffrey.
always have the worst defense.
It's going to be Christian McCaffrey.
They always have like the worst good defense in the league.
It's going to be Christian
McCaffrey. Off
look
at the Panthers defense. Luke Kuechly's getting 20 tackles every night, and then
every night. But it's basketball.
Yeah, no, and then after that, they're like, "Oh, the Panthers defense. They were 6-2, and now they're 6-7."
So who else? We missed a lot of people that got traded too.
Oh yeah, so there was
DeAndre Hopkins. We didn't even talk about that.
But you go from one irrelevant place to another irrelevant place, and it's very disheartening as someone who likes Hopkins.
That move.
The Cardinals are making
the Cardinals
wild card
divisional round. They're making a divisional round.
Why?
What do you mean?
Kyler
why?
Murray, second year.
If Josh Rosen could run around, he would have had that year too. Their offensive line is atrocious.
But Josh Rosen can't run around. That's the point why he's shit.
No, he can't run around. But that's not why he's shit. He's just behind awful personnel every time
Kyler
he gets a chance to
Murray,
play.
They're going to be good.
Antonio, they're going to be good.
Especially, ready? Hold on. Is this Larry Fitzgerald's last year?
Actually, no, I'll say something a little different.
I thought
they could go 9-7.
Past year was his last year, but I think he might stick around for one more.
After this year?
Oh, yeah. No, he's going to play one more year, but they're not going to go to the playoffs.
Whatever year is his last year, they're in the playoffs.
Why are they finishing?
Hold on, listen.
Why are they going to finish over the Rams? Why are they going to finish over the Seahawks? And why are they going to finish over the Niners?
They're going to finish over the Rams. The Rams are going to be garbage.
They're finishing over the Rams and the Seahawks and maybe even the 49ers.
Jesus. I don't think the Seahawks 49ers, but they're definitely finishing over the Rams.
You don't have a defense either.
So don't half the good teams in the NFL. Like,
they've defenses, but theirs is bad. Their offensive line, bad.
That's what the draft was for.
Well, I hope they do it right.
We'll see how the draft goes then.
If I want to see,
that'll tell me.
If I want to see an up and coming team in the NFL, I don't want it to be the Cardinals.
Why?
Who cares about the Cardinals?
What team do you want it to be?
So irrelevant,
dude. DeAndre Hopkins on the team. You don't think that's fun?
It would be cool if Hopkins went to I don't know.
Tennessee.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the Titans. The Titans was literally.
I
gonna be the
knew he
first
was gonna
thing
say. Dude, that's so weird.
You're
or
literally
like
70 years
Green
old.
Bay, maybe the Vikings.
Okay,
That'd
Green
been
Bay
interesting.
would have been fun. I'll
That
give
would've
him
been
Green Bay.
interesting.
Green Bay would have been
Get-
fun.
After Diggs goes away, they trade, Vikings.
No, that would
That
be
could've been
that would be
something.
awful. Kirk Cousins.
I
and
don't
Taylor
like
Howard.
Kirk
Or like the,
Cousins throwing
the
to anyone.
Steelers make a move for him.
I love
There's-
that.
There,
Steelers,
yeah.
yes.
I would have
But I like
loved
the-
there
that.
would have
I
been
like the
really cool
Cardinals, too.
places that like he could have fit in.
I like the Cardinals too, though.
No, I do like the Cardinals.
Have fun.
He's just one of those players who has to wear red too. You know how
Yeah.
like some players
Blood.
just love colors. No,
Blood.
not like that. Not like that. But like some players like I was gonna say Tom Brady, but the Buccaneers are red, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say blue. Tom Brady just is like a blue player.
They have
He's
red,
always
they have
played on
red
the-
in their jersey.
Huh?
Like you never
You
associate.
guys say that about people who have moved around.
I
a lot.
associate any like Boston team with red. So like I associate Tom with red. It doesn't
Why?
make sense. I don't.
Only one. Of the teams
I'm just
is
saying.
red.
I associate like certain players with certain colors, definitely. But like I was gonna use Tom Brady as another example, but
Like if you
it
ask,
didn't really work.
if you say what color first
Like
comes
Brett
to mind
Favre
when
is
you think of the
green.
Pats.
Thank you. Okay,
Brett
that's
Favre
great.
is
That's
green.
great. Brett Favre is green.
Yeah, even though he didn't look good when he was on the Jets, but whatever.
He's green. Though.
No, that's why he looked weird in green.
He looked weird in purple too.
Mm-hmm. I need like one more good example. I really don't.
Michael Jordan looked weird when he was not in red.
Michael Jordan is a
Wait.
red player. Michael Jordan is definitely
Even
a
when he
red
was in
player.
college, you look at some of his highlights and you're
Blue is not his color.
Really?
It's red. Michael Jordan is a red player.
I can't think of another example. So, are we sticking to football or just?
I got one more.
there's a lot of baseball players.
Paul Pierce is a green player.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce is like the most green player.
I mean,
He looked
we'll
fine
deny
in
the
black
fact
and
that you're a
white.
Celtics fan, and like that's just what it is.
Maybe it's because his last name is Pierce too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Irish, you know.
I was thinking that about Ray Allen, but I was like, of course Ray Allen's a green player.
no, he looked pretty good.
Played
in
on the
uniform.
Sonics.
Well, you
green.
could say
yeah,
Kevin
the Bucks,
Garnett's
too.
you could say Kevin Garnett's a green player because the Timberwolves technically were green. They had a little bit of green in them.
Paul Pierce looked fine in a Nets uniform. Hey, he wasn't like great there, but like
Nah.
he didn't look unfit. He was wearing black and white.
He looked the best in green.
Yeah, no, that green, the white home jersey with the gold letters. That's Paul Pierce.
Wow, that's Paul Pierce.
That is Paul Pierce.
That's Paul Pierce. Who else in the NFL though? Christian McCaffrey is that light blue.
Blue.
Yeah, that light blue though.
Yeah, no. When you look at his Stanford highlights, you're like, what?
Yeah, you're like he doesn't look good in that.
Yeah, I like the light blue for Christian. I would say like Ben is a yellow player, like Big Ben.
Big
Oh, yeah.
Ben is so
He is
yellow.
a yellow.
He's so yellow.
like so yellow.
Dude,
Those
that
fat
beard that he
people look
has.
yellow.
That beard that he has.
Did you see the video of him?
Oh God.
He's taking quarantine a little too seriously.
Like he must have known about it like
6 months ago. That's what.
like
Nolan
when the
said.
season started and he hurt himself.
You know what the craziest thing about that is? If there was no coronavirus, he'd still look like that.
Oh yeah.
I hope he doesn't touch it the whole offseason so he plays next year and it's just like
It's Fitzpatrick
it's just like a pillow.
It's Fitzpatrick like.
It'll be worse
like,
than Fitzpatrick's.
Like when he has the cage and it's like going into the cage.
Oh, yeah, so funny.
Fitzpatrick does.
So funny. I hope he does
dude,
that.
It looks way too bad.
I can't wait.
How
to
did they
watch-
even get that on? How
I
does he
can't
get
wait
that
for the
on?
Steelers this year.
Dude, that's got to be a process.
Chin strap.
Yeah.
They probably just don't wear it. I mean, Fitzpatrick doesn't wear it half the time.
Because he's a
Ben-
baller.
Big Ben probably doesn't even
Yeah, I was
have
gonna
one
say
at this
Ben.
point.
Ben probably doesn't
He
have.
doesn't
One.
give a fuck.
No, Big Ben should come out and play in like the old like 50s uniforms or like helmets where they had like the crossbar
The
going
leather
down.
helmets.
Yeah.
No, I see Ben like angrily snap his chin strap off all the time. So he definitely
He
has
does go like that, but
all the time.
I when you say that, I think of Aaron Rodgers.
no, he'll go like this, but then he'll like sit
like
there
one
and
of these.
He
Like-
just does one of these for like 2 minutes.
I
And
really don't like Aaron Rodgers.
I hate Aaron Rodgers.
really
I know.
don't-
I feel
no
like
one
you
likes.
do.
No, I
don't
used
like
to
his
love Aaron
attitude.
Rodgers, but like I'm so sick of him underachieving. So I'm done with him.
Yeah, it's like all you can complain all you want, but you've underachieved.
I said this last night. I don't think they're gonna be good next year. I don't see any reason why you can say that the Packers. They were the worst 13-3 team you've ever seen.
Oh yeah, terrible. But they're not going to be a bad team next year.
They'll go what 9-8.
it's because Matt
No.
LaFleur does a really good job. That's the only reason
Still
why they're
win.
13-3.
10, 11, 12 games. Be around there.
I'd
The
say,
Bears will finish
I'd
with a
say
better
10.
record than them.
Oh,
That That might be a stretch, but I
they're
can
gonna
definitely see it.
They're gonna have a healthy defense.
He
again.
really likes Nick Foles.
I'm high on the Bears.
Good.
I'm
I like
high on
that.
Nick Foles because
But Mitch Trubisky's gonna get hurt like 6 games in.
that's literally what I'm
I
saying.
hope so.
Nick
I think
Foles
it's gonna be like a faux competition, and Trubisky's gonna win,
The NFL's really entertaining when the Bears are a contending team.
and Trubisky's gonna get halfway through the season, and he's gonna get a little injury, and then Nick Foles is gonna step in, and then they're gonna make the playoffs, and then from there it's like Nick Foles in the playoffs. Like with that defense, I like my
Yeah,
chances.
how much better are those Bears versus Packers games when both teams
Oh
are really
yeah,
good?
it's great.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Because
Vikings versus
the
Packers
home-
suck.
Terrible.
I hate Vikings
But like
versus
Bears and
Not now,
Packers,
anyway,
the
with
home
Kirk
and away,
Cousins.
they're both really cold outside. It's great.
Yeah. We know
You're in
Antonio
Chicago,
loves that.
you know it's
Oh
nice
yeah,
and-
you love
it's
those
nice and
games.
windy.
Yeah.
Aaron throws a ball and it takes like a 75-degree angle, and that got picked off.
So are we set, fellas? Is that all we got to talk about here? Anything else?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to think of any other trades that might have happened.
There's definitely ones that were missing, but none. I think we covered all the important ones.
Yeah,
let's just do a Twitter check really quick. Make sure nothing happened in the last.
Yeah, in the last
45
hour.
minutes, yeah.
Check it out.
Patriots bring back Brian Hoyer. Okay, yeah, we know. The worst quarterback I've ever seen. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, gentlemen.
Looks like we got it all.
Oh, Melvin Gordon
yeah.
to the Broncos.
That's
Ugh.
right.
That's gross.
I hate that.
Why'd they release Chris Harris?
Where'd he go? Oh, he went to the Chargers, didn't he?
Yeah,
I like
it's
that.
disappointing.
Wow, the Rams released Clay
I'd like to
Matthews
see him
too.
go
I didn't see
somewhere
that.
else.
Ew, he's bad. The Patriots will get him though.
Desmond Trufant to the Lions. That was a couple days ago.
Cool, but it's like Lions.
You know I like Matt Stafford though. I love
know,
Matt
but-
Stafford.
When you
Darius Slay to the Eagles.
when you think of oh yeah,
That's
like
one
that
thing.
move.
That's one move
Huge.
that the Eagles made right because like they found a void and they filled it.
But then they lost Malcolm Jenkins.
Oh yeah, you said that's like calling null and void.
Yeah, because at that point it's like, all right, you got a really good cover corner, but now you have no safety. So it's like, yeah, you can cover someone, but then like, I don't know.
Maybe they go hard in the draft.
is Ronald
for
Darby
secondary.
still there?
Oh, maybe
He's bad.
they have that other guy, Mills.
Oh, Jalen Mills.
Yeah,
he is
so
terrible.
bad.
He lost
Swiss
them like
cheese.
4 games.
There's Swiss cheese in the secondary.
100%.
Absolutely garbage.
I mean, Slay helps that, but like, geez, I don't
Slay's
know.
a
but
really
how
good player.
much?
The Cowboys are winning that division next year.
We said that last year too.
They're winning it this year.
Dude, Dak is gonna go off.
They got to draft really well this year. They're drafting a quarterback.
Well, I mean, if they refuse to pay, I mean, but that's the thing. They didn't refuse to pay Dak Prescott. He just wanted more.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
we'll see.
It's gonna be a crazy year though for the NFL. It already has been, and it hasn't even started. It's not even close to starting.
gonna go
Who knows? It might get
crazy.
delayed because of coronavirus. Just kidding. Kidding.
No, it could.
No, it's not. Stop. 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 All right.
Adios.
We're out, fellas. Have a good night.